What's up? Welcome to the first episode of the adventures of... what the fuck did I call it?
Meme Man
yeah,
and
yeah.
Bionicle Boy.
The adventures of Meme Man and Bionicle Boy. I don't know if that's gonna stay the
I like
title or not. Yeah, I like it.
people seem
It's
to like.
just not. Alright. So today we're just gonna go over some news, test the waters. I'm your host, Adam, the Urban Spidey, and with me today is...
Jacob, aka Deadpool_ACBA on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Maybe Kick, I don't know.
Rip Kick. It's been like 5 years since anyone ever used it.
I just deleted that app like earlier this year because I needed it on my phone.
Oh my god. Yeah, when I got my new phone, I just like didn't bother downloading it because I never used it. So anyways, today we're just going to be talking some news, because this is just the first episode. We're just testing it out. So the first bit of news I really have no kind of attachment to is Overwatch 2 was announced.
Yes, yesterday.
So what is there any details on that, or is it just that it was announced?
It was announced, there was a trailer. It's way different apparently than the first game because you got a kind of like a story mode for each hero and multiplayer story mode, and then there's new heroes being added to the game. I'm not the biggest Overwatch fan, but I bought it earlier this year, and I'm only like level 11. I've only played it like 5 times. Overwatch 2 looks good. I might buy it just to grind, but I doubt it.
I've always had this sort of interest in the first Overwatch, and that interest kind of died for me in like early 2017. I just never like got around to actually getting getting the game.
I just got the game because the Figma figures are pretty cool, and I didn't want to be a complete noob with them, so yeah.
Alright, so this next bit of news I'm really, really, really excited for. Into the Spider-Verse 2, or whatever it's going to be called, was announced to be coming out April 8th, 2022. So that's 3 years from now.
Well, if I want to say, I don't think it's a big secret that there was going to be a sequel to the movie. They kind of it when the portal opened up in the end credits, and then you saw Spider-Man 2099.
I was kind of surprised that it did get a sequel, considering how terribly, well, not terribly, but like how much it underperformed in the box office, because it's the lowest grossing Spider-Man movie, and it's because people thought, oh, it's just a cartoon. It's like, I'll just like put it on for my kids when it goes on Disney Channel or whatever.
I agree, but it did really good for like sales wise and toys.
Oh yeah, sales wise, it still did amazing because it's Spider-Man. But I'm saying it's just it underperformed for Spider-Man.
And I wouldn't necessarily say that it was the worst Spider-Man movie.
Oh no, it is my favorite. It's the best Spider-Man movie. It's just the worst performing, as in financially.
Sir, have you seen Spider-Man 3? I'm talking about that's the best Spider-Man movie I've seen.
I think you mean The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the best.
Oh, I agree with you there. There we go. Now we got green ground.
And this is a little bit of news. The Game of Thrones writers, I can't remember, David something and whatever, D&D, as they're commonly referred to. They lost their Star Wars trilogy, which I personally am very, very glad that they are not entering the Star Wars universe at all. But I would have liked to seen... I'm sure they'll explore it in some way or another. but I would have liked to seen an Old Republic trilogy. But
Everyone said they were going to do an Old Republic trilogy.
The thing is, people thought they were going to do an Old Republic trilogy because they did Game of Thrones, and that's the only thing they're known for.
Like, that's the thing. People just want to assume that they're going for Old Republic. They could have done something in between, like episodes 6 and 7, because that was a 30-year gap right there.
Yeah. I think we're going to get a lot of explanation about that 30-year gap between Jedi and Force Awakens with The Mandalorian, which I'm extremely excited for, and is also the next bit of news. New Mandalorian.
Before we go into that, I still had a couple words about the Game of Thrones directors.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest Game of Thrones fan here. I've seen like bits and scenes of stuff I've heard about where a lot of stuff happened that's pretty like, I don't really care about like violence and all that, but like castration in the show. And I was like, oh, wow, wasn't expecting that there, bud. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have made an R-rated Star Wars movie if they had the chance. And personally, I would have liked to seen that, to see how they could have done it.
I, too, would have loved to seen an R-rated Star Wars property, but I don't think a lot of the gore and stuff from Game of Thrones is related specifically to D&D, because it was from the books by George R.R. Martin. So they probably would have made what the final 2 seasons were of Game of Thrones garbage.
Yeah, I agree there.
But the thing is, I was such a fan of Game of Thrones. I immediately fell in love with it. I started in like, I think it was right before season 3 came out, or maybe season 4. But it was so much better when they had stuff to actually go off of. It's just so sad how it ended. It sucks that we're getting less Star Wars content, but also I'm glad that it's not from D&D, because I don't think they would have done
Hopefully
well.
Learning their lesson from pumping out too much stuff too fast. Last Jedi, Han Solo.
Well, yeah. Next bit of news. The Mandalorian just got a new trailer, like a week and a half ago. Actually, no, it's only been like a week. And I thought it was like, holy crap, because it seems to be taking place at least during the end of the Clone Wars, all the way to between episode 6 and 7, because there's a shot of a Trade Federation droid gunship flying over a village that is bombed, and super battle droids, which I'm pretty sure it's just the sort of origin of the Mandalorian. We're probably gonna get some backstory. Most likely gonna get some backstory. But still, it's so cool to see that it has this sort of connectivity. One last thing is the general public is finally able to hear his voice, even though you could just look up on YouTube the leaked stuff from D23 and Comic-Con. But I thought the trailer was cool.
I didn't see it all the way through. It wasn't really like that for me, but I'm excited to see the show. That's our first live action Star Wars show that we're gonna get, which is exciting and opens the door for many possibilities for many new directors. The guy that plays Happy Hogan in Spider-Man: Far From Home and the Iron Man movies is, of course, the director, John
Favreau.
Whatever. Yeah, Favreau.
But he's not the director. He is the producer of the show, and it all came from his head, the concept. But there's Dave Filoni, who we know from the Clone Wars, which is
Yep.
one of the best Star Wars pieces of media ever, and from Rebels, which is not as good as Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's like the Meg of the family.
Bryce Dallas Howard, who is following in her father Ron Howard's footsteps. Who else? Taika Waititi. He's directing the finale, I think. And there were two others that I can't remember.
Taika Waititi, he's getting out there with his name.
Yeah,
he's
yeah, and it's well deserved recognition because he's really good. He's really good at anything, like he directing and acting. Because he is playing IG-11 in The Mandalorian.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I know it because I'm obsessed with this show already, and it needs to be November 12th already.
It was 11th, I thought.
12th. Trust me, I know. I'm obsessing over this show.
But no, Taika Waititi, he's really good director. I like his stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's staying on board with Thor and directing Thor: Love and Thunder.
Me too. He's doing season 2 of What We Do in the Shadows also.
Yep.
First season was amazing. I loved it.
That's another like really great show that if you haven't seen it, you need to watch. It's on Hulu right now.
Yeah, that's where I got.
And you need to watch it because it's very funny. It
was a very good cliffhanger at the end of season 1.
Yeah, it's good. Is that everything I want to say for the man? I think so. So, moving into some... Actually, no, not yet. So, a while ago, I think about 2 weeks ago, we heard accusations that Jeremy Renner threatened to kill himself or put his family in harm's way from his ex-wife, who I believe they're currently going through a divorce. Anyways, it's all accusations.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing of this. I didn't know he was going to threaten to kill himself.
Well, yeah, he.
Not that I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't heard it because it's been everywhere. Anyways, a lot of people were suspecting that he's gonna be recast, or Hawkeye will be recast, because Disney usually doesn't. They don't like controversy around the mouse ears. But
like how they canceled the Stanley action figure when that rape accusation went out.
Yeah. But we are learning that he's not out. He is still officially Hawkeye, which good. I'm glad that he's not getting kicked out or recast for accusations. Hawkeye isn't my favorite, especially in the MCU, but
yeah, Fool's Ronan, that's about it.
Yeah, his best. Honestly, I think that his best is in Age of Ultron, which is like one of my least favorite Marvel movies.
Age of Ultron wasn't all that.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Quicksilver. He's my favorite mutant. They killed him off too quick. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, they killed him off because there
was one already in Foxverse.
But now we have all of these mutants now. So I'm excited to see that. Anyways, back to Jeremy Renner. His series on Disney Plus is still a go, and I'm willing to bet that they're gonna phase him out and bring in Kate Bishop, who, in the comics, that's pretty much what they do, except he's still Hawkeye.
Sometimes he is. Sometimes it'll be his dog or his daughter. But if Jeremy Renner gets removed, the only way I see him coming back is in an older role, as in the Old Man Logan movie, if they do that, where he plays blind Hawkeye.
I mean, by the time they get around to doing an Old Man Logan movie, Jeremy Renner won't even have to do Old Man Hawkeye makeup. He'll be that old.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving into more figure news.
Yes, action figures, what we're known for.
Yeah, yeah, that is what we're known for. Figma finally announced more My Hero Academia figures, which is Todoroki. I know. I haven't watched My Hero in so long. So.
And Kirishima, I think that was his name. Kirishima Uraraka and
yes,
Todoroki.
that is right. Kirishima Uraraka and Todoroki.
Now, My Hero Academia fan than Adam is. I have the mangas. I watch the anime. I have not watched any of season 4 yet. Just haven't got around to it. But I'm very excited for these figures because earlier this year, they reissued Izuku Midoriya, and they confirmed Bakugo and put them up for pre-order, and I have both of those on pre-order. Release date is in December, late December, I believe. So pre-orders are still up on AmiAmi if you want to get them. Just saying. But also,
I was thinking of getting Deku, but I love what I've seen from My Hero Academia, which is like the first season and then some of season 2, but I'm just not invested enough to get the figures.
Season 1 was slow. I didn't like it at first because of how slow it was. It took them so long to get their powers, get used to their powers. And then season 2 is where everything starts to pick up. Everyone gets to know themselves a little bit. And they all just become characters that you know and love. And to see these characters in figure form, to pose them, take pictures of them, and play with them, that's like really exciting for people like me and Adam.
Well, you can expect to get those figures in 10 years when they finally show a prototype.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because Figma is notorious for taking
their
so
time.
long to even show a prototype.
Was the One Punch Man figure released?
What?
The One Punch Man figure, Saitama?
Yeah.
When was he released? Because they're just now releasing.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was released in like 2016, I want to say.
Yeah, and now they're just doing.
And, they're now just doing Genesis.
As
which looks good.
Yeah, looks good. Not gonna lie, but
I'm probably not gonna get it because I personally think Figma are just a little tiny bit overpriced for what they are. I think they're a little overpriced.
They offered to, because a lot of people were disappointed with what Deku came with.
Oh yeah, I remember back when he was first released. When is the mask still it's still a pre-order first run pre-order bonus?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Figma.
It's not offered to the US, so you got to get it through someone else, which I wasn't even going through that trouble for.
Oh wait, so it's not even it's an exclusive. That's right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought Figuarts was bad. And I love Figuarts.
Yeah. They're also doing My Hero Academia figures. They showed prototypes for
Deku. I thought it was Bandai. I can't remember what they called them, but they weren't SH Figuarts. It was another another figure line from Bandai, and because the joints did not look figure arts at all, but Reveltech is doing they're at least doing Deku and All Might, right?
Yeah. They're doing the season 3 version of Deku, which is his newest shoot style form.
Nice.
Very epic.
Mezco PX exclusive Harley.
I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I'm not getting it because I'm not a fan of Mezco, but I gotta say that it looks really bad. Like, most of the stuff I see from Mezco looks good. I just don't get it because I'm just not that big of a fan. But this Harley, I don't know what it is. It's not a good design.
I thought the design was a little modern. Well, I mean, you got to get a modern Harley for your modern Joker that came out, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
And so the only one that was revealed was the classic suit, which was her jester costume or whatever from the original comics and the animated series. But
I don't know. It looks like it just doesn't look good.
It looks like Harley went to Hot Topic and Spencer's and got whatever she thought was cool.
Which, to be fair, is what the DCEU Harley did because they sold a bunch of her crap at Hot Topic when Suicide Squad came out.
I'm sorry on that. I hated Suicide Squad.
The majority of people hated Suicide Squad.
I feel if you like Suicide Squad, you probably like Justice League. But we're not getting there.
There's too many people that like Justice League. Like, I remember before it came out, when I was watching, I think it was like the second trailer for it, I was like, oh, they're finally gonna do something good.
The opening scene with Batman and Gotham City fighting that one. What are they called? Parademons.
Oh my god, Batman fighting the Parademon. The scene before that was when they showed Henry Cavill with
his photoshopped non-mustache face.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Oh god, that movie. I don't know how in the world they sunk so much money into a terrible movie.
Release the Snyder Cut. That's all I gotta say. Release the Snyder Cut.
I don't want them to release the Snyder Cut because I'm pretty sure that's just as bad. Because Zack Snyder isn't even that great of a director.
I just want to see the Snyder Cut.
I want to see it so I can laugh at it, but I just don't feel like sitting through 2.5 hours of just crap. Go ahead.
Zombieland Double Tap. Did you see it?
What?
Zombieland Double Tap.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to go see it, but I just haven't been able to.
I'm not going to get into spoilers because you haven't seen it. Zombieland Double Tap is one of the best sequels to a movie I've seen. And that's like, Zombieland 1 was funny and it was amazing for what it was. Not my favorite movie from 2009. And just to see it 10 years later, have the same amazing humor and then some. And then the zombies in it, the kills, it was funny. It was so good. There's a cameo at the end of the movie. It was amazing. You're going to love it. Garfield 3.
Oh no!
Garfield 3.
Oh no. Speaking of sequels that are really good, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Which
McGregor is back.
Yeah, which stars Ewan McGregor and is supposed to be the sequel to The Shining,
Mhm.
and I assume it's going to connect to the movie version and not the book, because they're very different. Even though I haven't read it, but I hear they're very different. Which
Doctor Strange is good. It looks good.
I was thinking it's like they're trying to whatever company is producing it was just trying to make bank off of like nostalgia during October, but I guess I'm
And
being proved wrong.
Stephen King movies are in. We got last year, not last year, was it the year before, 2017?
Yeah, 2017 was it.
Yeah, we got it, the first one. Uh, Pet Cemetery was last year or this year. I don't know.
Pet
And then we got the Dark
Cemetery
Tower.
was
Was that-
last. Pet Cemetery
yeah,
was last year, and I heard it wasn't good.
yeah, I heard it wasn't the best, but Dark Tower definitely wasn't the best. It Chapter 2 could not top the first one. I was sitting in the theater disappointed. Not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I didn't like it Chapter 2 as much as the first one. And there was another Stephen King adaptation. Actually, I'm pretty sure there were multiple. There was
Yeah, there's a lot of Netflix ones, and
yeah,
then
Netflix. That's it.
Hulu has that one show that's going on right now, starring Bill Skarsgård, who plays
Yeah.
Pennywise in the show. Castle Rock. That's the show on Hulu. I saw the first episode of it. It wasn't that intriguing, but everyone said they love it. Into the Valley is on Netflix. I think that's Stephen King, right?
I have no clue.
Let me check right now.
I never heard of that. But on Netflix, Into the Tall Grass or In the Tall Grass, whatever
That's
it
what I'm
is.
talking about. Yeah, Into the Tall Grass.
That's I heard that it was just not good and it's just a waste of time. Which I'm more prone to believe that if it's released on Netflix, because Netflix will pick up anything.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Into the Tall Grass was 1922 with Stephen King.
Oh,
and then
right.
a couple years, the Mist TV show came on, and the Mist TV show was such a disappointment. I hated it. They got canceled for season 2 because I heard the director was charged for child pornography. It was.
Well, wow.
Yeah, and that was part of the show that one of the main characters was being crucified, not crucified literally, but charged for rape or whatever. Turns out he didn't do it, and he got killed. Yeah. So I'm like, ironic. Insert.
It's ironic because Stephen King had in it. Well, okay.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Insert Senate meme here.
All right. Going back to figure news.
Yeah.
Shown. Was it yesterday? The Age of Apocalypse X-Men wave.
Marvel Legends. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the figure was rumored, and I saw someone speculating on it of who I never read Age of Apocalypse, but I know some of the characters and how they're all messed up and stuff. Or, well, not messed up, but Apocalypse did a number on them, is what I'm assuming.
Wait, I thought you were going to say, didn't you say people are speculating that the Build-A-Figure is, and then you went on the tangent about how you never read Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah, because I don't know the character's name.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. I'm speculating it, and then it was leaked earlier today. Earlier today it was leaked.
Well, I haven't heard what it is, so
I sent you it on Instagram. Oh no, you liked it on Instagram.
I did.
Yeah, it was. It was that big ball guy.
Oh, Sugar Man.
Yeah, that whatever that is. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw people speculating about that.
But he's the.
I thought, okay, yeah, I could see that being the Build-A-Figure. But anyways, that wave consists of Jean Grey, Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey, Age of Apocalypse Beast, Age of Apocalypse Sunfire, which looks really good, and
Yeah,
I
major
think
upgrade to the
oh
original hype.
yeah, major. Hasbro is just way beyond what Toy Biz was now. Come at me, fucking uh, Hasbro haters. I think Hasbro's way better than Toy Biz ever was.
Yeah, people are still holding the Toy Biz toys with loose joints falling apart. We gotta glue
With
back on.
the loose, massive ball joint shoulders that look terrible. With
As
the
you say that, I'm looking at my Punisher right now from the 2002 movie.
oh god, ew, that's even worse than their comic Punisher.
Oh god.
I I uh I have the Toy Biz Nightcrawler, and I got the updated one that I've
Yeah,
been waiting for years because I hate
yeah,
the Toy Biz one so much. And it's just like I put them next to each other, and there's just no competition. There's no competition at all. The Hasbro one just looks so much. Granted, yeah, it's modern technology, but like, it's night and day. And I've seen people say that the Toy Biz is better solely because it has a bendy wire in the tail.
no, never. I feel the only Toy Biz figure that can hold up till this day is Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
This figure.
it's funny, but I do agree. It has the most realistic proportions of any Toy Biz figure. Oh,
Um,
actually, no, that is not true. Well, I mean, technically, yeah, that is the most the Toy Biz figure that holds up in the 6-inch scale. But I have the what is it, 19-inch, 18-inch uh
Spider.
Spider-Man,
Yeah, that
and
one's
that
good.
figure is like it has extremely loose joints, but it's still cool.
Or no, the Toy Biz Build a figures. You can't get me wrong; those are good. The
Like
Sentinels, we've never
Galactus,
got a
and
Sentinel like that. Yeah, Galactus, and then Giant Man, of course.
I
And
I I was
what's
so hoping that um Hasbro would make, because they're celebrating the 80 years of Marvel.
yeah.
I was so hoping that they'd make a classic Giant Man, because they've been making so many classic Avengers characters, but they have yet to make a classic Giant Man, and I'm pretty sure it won't happen,
Missed
at least
opportunities.
anytime soon.
So many missed opportunities.
Yeah, but it'll come out eventually. Hasbro's the way Hasbro is pumping out figures right now, it's like not even just the Marvel Legends, but like the Black Series too. They're just
Oh,
wave
the
after
newly
wave
acquired.
after wave.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
And Power Rangers now, like they're massive.
Yeah,
um
I'm the biggest Power Ranger fan anymore than I was. What? I'm 17 now, so like 12 years ago when I was 5. But I've gotten a couple of the recent ones. Like they released the SPD 100 Ranger, Kruger. That was his name, Kruger. But amazing figure. I loved it. Amazing articulation, everything. The Beast Morphers Gold Ranger. That was a good figure. Um, those are the only ones I have right now. But compared to figure arts, knocked it out of the park completely.
it's funny because I'm usually, that person that would say the figure arts is better than
Yeah,
the US
yeah,
American style. But man, just like having the well, I don't have any of them, but like seeing these figures compared to the SH Figure Arts, there's no. It's like the Toy Biz Nightcrawler.
yeah,
There's no comparison. Hasbro is killing it with the Power Rangers line.
yeah. Accessories, alternate heads, weapons, all of that. Amazing. And I feel they're doing better than the Black Series and the Marvel Legends, if I can say.
I wish that they would incorporate some of the articulation that they have on the
Yep.
Lightning collection into both the Black Series and Marvel Legends. But
I think the Marvel Legends is lacking what Black Series and Lightning Collection has, because we have female figures from the Black Series like Jaina Solo, where she has the ball joint on top and the ab crunch on the bottom.
Yeah.
You have Stormtroopers double jointed elbows and double jointed knees, where you get some Hasbro figures where it's not even double jointed, mostly the women ones. But yeah.
Yeah, that is one point where they really need to step it up in Marvel Legends. The female figures are just
Especially with the Black Widow wave coming out.
Oh yeah, especially
they're gonna book Black Widow, movie Black Widow, whatever the other blonde girl in Black Widow's name is. I don't keep up with it, but yeah.
I can't remember. It's Yelena something. I can't remember. I think it starts with a B. But yeah, they really need, and they have been trying to improve it very, very slowly, but it's not. There's no real progression because they improve. I think, what figure was it? It was Nebula. The Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Nebula that had a waist swivel. They improved that, and then they never have it on any other female figure anymore. And I think they're finally starting to do more double joints, double jointed elbows with, but it's only with the MCU female figures that I've seen so far.
The only figure I've seen.
Proxima Midnight and Rescue has double jointed elbows.
Oh yeah. But Nebula's torso, her ball joint is very limited. So yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, they need to improve. They need to improve their articulation setup because it's not even just the female figures. They keep using the same bodies over and over and over. They rarely make. It's usually the bigger characters that they give new sculpts to, which
the War Machine that came out for Endgame.
Yeah, but also they always have new. Well, not always, but most of the time they have new sculpts for MCU figures. But with the comic figures, they have a certain style of articulation, which it works most of the time. But with like Wolverine, that's a good example. The double jointed elbow, because of the sculpt, it doesn't get past like 90-degree bend. So there's sometimes where they need to come up with a different system of articulation there. Like maybe one thing, the SH Figuarts Thor from Infinity War has a ball joint, a ball socket at the elbow connected to a single joint that goes into the forearm.
Like the Anakin, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Like
I got that figure right here.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
If you have any of the Jedi, any of the prequel Jedi SH Figuarts, you know what I'm talking about. It's the same elbow joint. It's just, it gets much more articulation than you would have if they just gave it a double jointed elbow. Which I wish that Hasbro would go deeper into exploring more articulation and take more risks with articulation, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Agreed.
So speaking of Hasbro, even more Hasbro, because they can't stop pushing out the plastic crack. At Paris Comic-Con, Demogoblin and Winter Soldier Marvel Legends were shown.
I forgot
And
all the Goblin.
the Demogoblin, I believe, is the Build-A-Figure for the next Spider-Man wave. You know what? If you get the Red Goblin, or if you have the Red Goblin,
I have it.
and you get two of the I don't know which figure comes with the glider, but you could use that glider on the Red Goblin figure, and that would look perfect. All you need to do is just add some black paint on the higher parts, but that would look really good. But the Winter Soldier looks cool, but it also it's
updated.
It's the one that came in the 2-pack from early Hasbro with Black Widow, and it's not the same exact one. It's an updated version of that, but I'm not sure. Some of it looks like the same sculpt, but with updated articulation, because the articulation on that was not good. And me being a Winter Soldier fan, both in the comics and the movies, I will probably buy that.
I'm not the biggest in comic book figures anymore. I got rid of most of mine.
Yeah, I really don't buy comic figures anymore unless it's a character that I really, really like. Like Nightcrawler, I think, was the last... No, that's not true. X-Force Wolverine was the last Legend I got it. But still, it's the same wave.
For the Demogoblin, I don't like how they used it as the Build-A-Figure. You go from this amazing Kingpin Build-A-Figure, the latest Spider-Man wave. Before that,
was that the latest? That wasn't the latest, was it?
Oh, no. Molten Man was the latest.
Yeah, Molten Man was the last one.
But still, big figure. You're getting just a normal size Marvel as this Build-A-Figure. And this is the second time they did the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, that is true. But a lot of people didn't. They weren't able to get the Hobgoblin because I still don't know what was wrong with that wave, that it didn't get sent out to. It was just hard to get the figures from that wave. Like Silk goes for $70+.
Silk was for the Space Venom.
Yeah, the Space Venom wave. That's what I'm talking about. They had a Hobgoblin in the Space Venom wave with a Demogoblin head.
No, but I'm talking about the Build-A-Figure Hobgoblin.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's the second time they've kind of done the Demogoblin, which most people don't have the Hobgoblin from the Space Venom wave. So, I don't know. Yeah, your point is still valid. It's just a normal size Marvel Legend.
And for the price of $160-something for the wave, that's over exaggerated. Maybe $120 for the wave. I don't think it's worth it.
I believe the regular price is for an entire wave is usually like $130. Which, if you watch the Foosh, you will know that Hasbro is increasing their prices.
Yeah.
Figures are now $21.49, I think.
Yeah, $21.50.
$21.50.
And technology.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to doubt it. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I'm not too upset because it is just like $2, but I don't know. It's not. I'm honestly not surprised by it because they have been making new sculpts, but not improving the articulation. But they have been making a lot of new sculpts.
And accessories.
More accessories, which is something we rarely got.
Yeah, because like how you mentioned the X-Force Wolverine, he did not come with closed fists. He only
didn't come with anything. It just came with the Wendigo head.
Yeah. Which even then, It's not a $20 figure. I only paid $5 for it, and I'm happy.
Well, I got it for. It wasn't full price. I can't remember how much. It was on Amazon for less than full price. But it's Hasbro. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign that they are producing too much.
Maybe, who knows? We're not Hasbro.
Yeah, but it's an interesting sort of thing to think about because they're raising their prices. They're giving us smaller Build-A-Figures, which we haven't really seen the. Well, no, that's not true. There was Mantis. I think that was the last small Build-A-Figure.
No.
Oh wait, what's her name from Black Panther?
I just said it, Okoye.
Oh, Okoye. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was still like late 2017, early 2018. And now we're going back to the smaller Build-A-Figure, which even with Sugar
with
Man.
the Avengers wave, was it the Avengers wave? Where we got M'Baku.
M'Baku, that was the second Black Panther wave. Yeah, it was still a smaller, normal size figure.
Mm-hmm.
But they're giving us these smaller figures now, more and more frequently, and they're raising their prices. It could be a sign that they might be producing too much, but it could also just be a sign that they want to improve the product that they're consistently putting out. Anyways,
they should listen to their fans, but
that is true. That is something they should do.
Yeah.
They really need to give us double joints on all female figures and improve the torso articulation. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, more Hasbro.
Speaking of articulation, this Obi-Wan Kenobi, Clone Commander Obi-Wan from Walgreens, the exclusive Black Series figure. It was showed, last year, right?
Was it last year? I thought it was earlier this year.
No, they showed it last year with the General Grievous that came out. That was coming out.
That was last year?
Yeah. Yeah, because that figure went on sale and it's gone basically already.
Wow.
I've seen it once, never picked it up, regret it, but that's whatever. But this figure, it looked so good in the promotional pictures, what we've seen. It is only packed in with a lightsaber and then the stand, which is stupid. So dumb. It's like they release good clone figures like Captain Rex, Commander Green, Fox, and Wolf. But then they just, they just go back on the elbow articulation, and you can barely get them to do anything, and then there's no shoulder articulation at all.
Wait, really? They go back to the crappy elbow joints that they had? What is the point of why? Why make new elbows that bend better than the SH Figuarts clones just to not use them? I don't understand that.
When I got this figure, I was so excited. I got home, opened it up. I was, wow, really? This is what we're doing now, Hasbro?
Oh my god.
The shoulders don't even, the elbow pads are like solid plastic. They're not even that bendable one that came with.
That's sad. You know what? They should have, actually, maybe they shouldn't have, but I was going to say they should have released it with a new speeder, because that look for that Obi-Wan is based on the 2003 Clone Wars.
It is, yeah.
It's like, if you're gonna like go back to the crap elbows, why not like give us like this cool speeder? Like, here, we kind of fucked up on the elbows, but here.
When was the last time? It was the Target exclusive Black Scout Trooper and Black Shadow Trooper. I think that's the last time we got a speeder.
No, we got Ray's speeder and Luke's speeder.
Oh, those. Well, those don't count. Those aren't Clone Wars era. Or, well, no, never mind. The other ones weren't Clone Wars era. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
I don't know. I would love if Black Series made more vehicles.
Yeah. The last one they made was the Dubot. Was it?
Was it?
I think so, yeah.
Probably was. I'm not up to date on the Black Series. Except I am, because earlier yesterday was when they showed Kit Fisto and Plo Koon.
Yep. Oh, man, I can't figures.
I am ecstatic because I absolutely love the Clone Wars, and the Jedi and the clones are a massive part of the Clone Wars, and they get so much more character development, and they get fleshed out more than they ever do, even the main characters, more than they ever do in the prequel movies.
Well, I mean, in the prequel movies, we saw Kit Fisto. You force push C-3PO.
Yeah, that's amazing character development right there.
Yeah.
Just a little scene where he force pushes C-3PO. And then we see Plo Koon get blown up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just like, oh, okay, bud. You can do that.
But I'm super excited for... I really hope they make Saci Tin and Ayla Secura would be amazing. Holy crap. Or Shock T. Oh my god. I would love if they just made the entire Jedi. All of the Jedi.
I feel if they did Shock T, I'd like her in her Jedi robes, but then I'd like an exclusive figure or a variant, even if, of her from the Force Unleashed.
Of course you would.
Yes.
Her with barely any clothes on. Yeah. Okay.
No, we're cutting this out now. No, the Force Unleashed. The Force Unleashed is my childhood video game.
I loved it.
And I killed her, and then I killed her apprentice. Oh man,
I love Shock T so much, and then I killed her.
Yeah, I love Shock T so much, and her barely wearing any clothes self. No, but we might leave this in. I don't know.
Yes, we will. This is staying in.
Adding a topic: Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga. Ooh. It's going back to its roots. We're getting an amazing Lego game again after how many years we've gotten Lego Indiana Jones, which was great. Lego Indiana Jones 2, which
I believe the last Star Wars one was for Episode 7.
Yeah, which sucked so much. It was so bad. I hated it.
The game?
Yes.
I never got it.
It was basically you just spend so much money on a game that you could just buy the movie for, because that's all it was.
I would love if they they obviously made the Clone Wars Lego Star Wars 3.
I didn't mind that one. I liked it.
I love that one. That one's really good.
Yeah.
But this Skywalker Saga one, I am so excited by it, and I'm gonna need to get it because
from the past.
Yeah, the complete saga, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, that is just like, I spent so many hours on that game.
I feel that's what brought me and my dad together and then tore us apart at the same time, yelling at each other because he didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to do. Level in that game for me was Episode 5, the first level where you're on a Hoth. Ooh. And you have to play a snow speeder.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It did me so much.
That's a really good one. I'm still so sad that my version got corrupted somehow. And it's so
I
sad.
got it on my Wii 96.
Yeah, on my Wii! My Wii!
Oh, man.
It's
I
so
turned my Wii on that one day, and it just said start new game. I was crying, 96.3% down the drain. Oh, man.
I think I have like 98 or 97 on the Clone Wars.
I I don't remember the Clone Wars at all, really. I barely played
I
it.
really enjoyed it. It was very fun. But this new one, my expectations are high because the last Lego Star Wars game we got, where it had more than 3 episodes, is the complete saga, which is the best Lego Star Wars. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. It is the best ever video game ever created.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I think Halo 2 got you beat there.
Sorry, I'm kind
But
of
no,
losing my
best
voice.
video game. Best video game. You're gonna hate me on this one. Best video game. Minecraft.
I honestly, Minecraft's probably my second favorite video game.
I
Like
can just sit there for hours.
to be complete, yeah. I started playing Minecraft a couple weeks ago. Like I started playing it at like I think midnight, and then the next time I look at my phone, it was 5 a.m. You can kill so much time on there. I definitely consider it to be at least in the top 3 of my all-time favorite video games. That's all the news I have. Did you have any bits of news you wanted to talk about?
Sprite Cranberry season, everybody. Get your Sprite Cranberry. I'm not
Want
sponsored.
a Sprite Cranberry?
But
Thirstiest season.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
November 1st was Lil Peep's birthday. R.I.P. 2 years without Peep. That's tough. His album came out yesterday, Goth Angel Center. 3 new songs, and I gotta say, 2 of the 3 songs were amazing. I didn't really like. Moving on. Wasn't a fan.
I am not a Little Peep fan, but I know there are a lot of people that really love him or loved him and still love his music.
I am one of those people that love his music.
I just, it's not his type of music. Just isn't. It's not my type of music.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. I like his old music better than his new music, but the new songs that came out were like recorded like a couple of years ago and never released, but those are amazing. And then he's got a new album dropping the 15th with death of his anniversary, the anniversary of his death, my bad. With 12 songs, old and new. And the old songs on there I've heard, which are amazing. And I'm just so happy as a Spotify listener because we don't have that on there, like SoundCloud and stuff. But it's going to be great. I'm excited. It's going to be great.
Honestly, I've only heard one person say good things about one person say things at all about this album that he just dropped, and I'm just glad people are still enjoying his music even after he's passed away.
Mm-hmm.
As long as people are enjoying music, that's what I care about. It might not be my favorite type of music. I haven't even listened to a Lil Peep song, but I'm just glad people are enjoying it and celebrating someone that they looked up to and really enjoyed.
Yeah, pretty much. Just yeah. Yeah. Also, if we're on the not to get a sad topic, but I just want to say R.I.P. to Sid Haig, who was Kathleen Spaulding in Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses and Three from Hell. Very good actor, very funny, very talented. Died 80 years old in October. I don't know the exact date, but he passed away, and it was sad for him and his family.
A lot of dead people.
Yeah, a lot of dead people. Not trying to get real, but a lot of dead people.
Yeah. Yeah. Death. It's a part of life. All right. And with that being the end of the news segment, is there anything you'd like to talk about, like, and just like any random topic you've thought of in the past hour?
I pretty much said my say. So the Watchmen TV series on HBO aired the first episode last week, the 22nd to be exact, I think. And I don't know, the second episode came out today, right?
No, it was the first episode aired 2 weeks ago, and the second episode was last week.
Oh, okay. But I haven't seen it yet. I've heard good things about it.
It is.
I'm a Watchmen fan. I can't wait to see it, though.
It is not a continuation of the terrible, well, not terrible, but bastardized movie version that Zack Snyder made. It is a continuation of the comic book from the 80s, which is one of the best comics of all time. I feel safe saying that it is one of the best comics of all time.
Not to get it confused with Doomsday Clock, also.
Yeah.
Put that out there.
But man, this show so far, it's 2 episodes in, and I was hooked in the first 5 minutes of the first episode. It's so good so far. I absolutely love it.
I need to watch.
2 episodes, and it has me hooked. And Game of Thrones didn't even do that. The first 2 episodes, I was like, yeah, this is interesting. I think I'll keep watching. But Watchmen immediately hooked me in.
A show that got me hooked, the newest season of American Horror Story. 1984. I love slasher films. I love... excuse me, sorry about that. Love slasher films. Love the 80s. This show, amazing. I loved it. This week is the last episode of the season. It might be the last episode of the series, too. I hope it's not the last episode of the series, but it's a good season. And 9 episodes, I think, in already. Just amazing.
I've never watched American Horror Story. I was kind of interested in this season because it is based on 80s slashers, and I'm not really a fan of slashers, but it seemed interesting.
It's different than what the other stuff did. Well, kind of. The first, the concept of American Horror Story has its own, if you die in a certain place, your soul's trapped there for, eternity. They did that in Season 1, Murder House, Season 5, Hotel, and they're doing that now in 84, which is Camp Redwood. It's like its own plot on Camp Crystal Lake, basically.
I never could get into American Horror Story. It just never really caught my attention until the latest season that is more inspired by slashers.
It's inspired by just horror movies all around, slashers. The real life aspect of the Manson murders has a lot of devil worshipping in there too, and the devil plays a big part in the whole series altogether, with the birthing of the Antichrist in Season 1, following the Antichrist into Season 7, which is Apocalypse, and just the whole show is so intertwined with each other. You have to pick parts from each series and put them together in your own timeline.
Well, I probably won't watch it because I don't know. It's something that's interested me, but never really gotten me to watch it, and
Well, yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. I'm not a massive horror person, but I'll enjoy a horror movie every now and again.
I love me a horror movie. Love me a good horror.
I love a nice horror.
Charlie, a whore. Oh man.
Oh, speaking of It's Always Sunny, I want to talk about, I think it was episode 4 of, was it season 14 now?
Yeah, season 14.
Episode
Jesus
4.
Christ.
I've missed the one from this week, but last week's episode, season 4 or episode 4 was hilarious to me. The last scene of episode 4 was fucking hilarious, and you should definitely be watching it if you're into comedy in general. Yeah.
If you love Danny DeVito.
Yeah, and also if you love Danny DeVito, because Danny DeVito is a national treasure.
He is. He really is.
All right, and I think with that, we are going to wrap up our first episode of The Adventures of Meme Man and Barnacle Boy. Or Bionicle Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to stay the title, but that's the title for now.
Nice adventure for today.
You can find me on Instagram at urban_Spidey.
You can find me on Instagram, Deadpool_ACDA. Find me there on Twitter. If you want to find me on Snapchat, DM me on Instagram. Facebook, you can look up Dr. Ghostbusters. Shit, I'm right there, guy. I love everybody. Add me, talk to me. I love making conversations, making new friends.
You can also listen to my voice on the RLU Weekly Show every week, whenever Rich decides to put it out. It could be anywhere between Friday and Monday. And also make sure to listen to the other shows here on the Raw Live and Unedited Podcasting Network. Anyways, with that, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for listening.
And them dollars made my spidey sense a ring, ring. And that booty on that thotty made me spring. Then I took her to my pad, made her sing. First she asked me for a thing, now she cling. And she's bossy, but she threw it. Oh, you hella saucy, did you stew it? Wonder what it cost me. I threw some shoes in, ice be on my body. I'm never bruising, hey, yeah, 4 flights, 1 month. Bitch, I'm from the future, catch this baby going beast mode. She hit me with the nudie, weapon nail class. Round me triple stepping on my scooty. Suck your head, man, cause you know your mommy is my tutor. I'm a tall man, why she tryna get me tall, man? Rubber band, man, can you toss it up? Let the rain, man, rain dance. Taking another air with a goofy thought, no chance. Love getting money, call it romance. Hey, sassy boys, are you hungry? I see you tryna buy my sound, but it sounded kinda funky. And them dollars made my spidey sense a ring. And that booty on that thotty made me spring. Then I took her to my pad, made her sing. First she asked me for a thing, now she cling. And she's bossy, but she threw it. Oh, you hella saucy, did you stew it? Wonder what it cost me. I threw some shoes in, ice be on my body. I'm never bruising, hey. Hey, let me break it down. I got a bad bitch tryna jump my bones in a booty round. Hey, you see my whips on fleek, yeah. Pink flames, pink Fiat, baby is a treat. Yeah, of course I'm eating all my salads cause they stuff with greens. Yeah, this baby's got the German she really made me scream. So I'ma just tour the world and grab a bag, I'm really keen. Yeah, I'm really on that goofy shit, but ain't no Charlie Sheen. Hey, sassy boys, are you hungry? I see you tryna buy my sound, but it sounded kinda funky. And them dollars made my spidey sense a ring. And that booty on that thotty made me spring. Then I took her to my pad, made her sing. First she asked me for a thing, now she cling. And she's bossy, but she threw it. Oh, you hella saucy, did you stew it? Wonder what it cost me. I threw some shoes in, ice be on my body. I'm never bruising, hey.
Baby, no money.
Thank you so much. Enjoy, everybody. Yeah.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna cut all of that Watchmen stuff out because I was just droning on and on and on and on. That's too much. That's too much for a podcast. That was an hour of me just saying the plot of 2 Watchmen episodes.